Welcome to Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. It's Andrade and Irwin back at it again. And today we're going to talk about our hometown team, the Miami Heat, who are going through some tough, excruciating times after making a finals appearance last year in the bubble to now being 13th as of this recording in the Eastern Conference Finals, which brings up so many questions and solidifies a lot of them, like, okay, was the finals appearance a fluke? And then who should they look out for? Like, should they find another star, or should they just fucking blow this shit up? What's happening? And by the title, you guys already know who we're looking at.
Man, the Heat. Bro, is this how Knicks fans feel?
Ooh,
for the most part,
tried.
because we were looking like a dumpster fire, man.
Yeah, we are looking like a dumpster fire.
But bro, what I can say about the Heat, man, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. I don't think Jesus can save them. The Easter Bunny, Cupid, Fulano. I really don't know. But what I do know is two things. Number one, Kobe needs to fuck off and leave the Heat alone. And number two,
Facts.
Yo, help a small channel like us, man. Hit a like, comment, subscribe, man. I'm like Andrade said, man, like 80 and 90% of y'all, man, are like not subscribers watching the channel.
Too many viewers aren't subscribed.
I'm like, man, do yourself a favor and make your lives a lot easier, man.
We're just
Hit
trying to
that
push
button.
it to like
Of
70%
course,
of
man.
viewers being not being subscribed. Like, we're not asking for too much, and
But-
we're trying to build an actual BTD community with this.
Yes, sir. But man, look, it seems like the Heat have been in the center of all these rumors. First, it started with James Harden. Then it dropped down to Beal. But hey, Beal's dumbass wants to stay with the Washington Wizards. And now the new rumor, the new
At
hot
least he's
rumor in the
loyal.
street is Zach LaVine. Yeah,
True.
loyal and delusional. But
Tight.
there's a difference between that.
Or
Zach.
maybe he's just saying that for public's sake. You know what I mean?
No,
Save face.
he's just being a dumbass, man. But let's not talk about any more dumbasses over here. Yeah, Zach LaVine, man. That's the new rumor.
That's the
going on
new
around.
rumor.
What do you
And
think
just so
about
everybody
that?
knows, well, first of all, so everybody knows the reason the Heat gets so many rumors with stars, like he said, it's just we have Pat Riley. And Pat Riley has proven over his career with the Heat of getting these fucking stars, these whales out of nowhere too. Like, a lot of times it's just unexpected. Like Shaq in 06, LeBron in 2010, Butler in 2019. Like, how much flack did Butler get? Like, oh, he's going to the Heat, da-da-da-da-da-da. And what happened? He made it
And
to
last
the
but not
finals.
least, Hassan Whiteside in 2016.
Oh my God, he went there. But at least we do. We also find some gems, and you know, right now we can turn Zach LaVine, who's already a proven gem, into a fucking diamond. I think.
Of course, man. But hey, obviously, like, let's get to that question. But after I ask you this question, I want to know how he's doing for the year. But should the Miami Heat trade for Zach LaVine?
Yes, 100% yes, and it's easily because Zach LaVine's only 25, so age and experience. He's got experience in the league, and he's still young enough to get developed, and he's about to enter his peak.
Yeah, he's entering his prime. Yeah.
His position as shooting guard fits perfectly with the slot of Butler small forward, Adebayo center. He can help mentor Hero as a shooting guard, and he's an offensive powerhouse, so alleviates Butler during playoffs and stuff. And lastly, Heat culture improvement. Mentality-wise, from everything I've seen about this guy, I think he does the head he has on his shoulders fits perfectly for the Heat culture.
Yep.
I think he won't like bitch about it. And two, the Heat organization can help him improve his highly criticized defense and get him to be a fucking great two-way player. So in all, I think it's just a win-win situation. If he comes here, that he can help him win a championship, and that he can make him into one of the biggest stars in the NBA.
It's a very easy choice, yeah, man. Zach LaVine is a realistic star that we can get without sacrificing Tyler Hero or gutting the roster.
That's true. He's on a good contract right now.
And yeah,
19 mil.
And yeah, he's young. He fits in the track line, you know, with the baby goats, Tyler Hero, with Bam Adebayo, and you know he's gonna fit in immediate need as well, helping Butler out.
Yeah.
To getting that championship. But I guess if you can go a little bit further, why Zach LaVine?
All right.
In particular.
So,
because there might be some other people that are available as well.
that's
maybe.
true, and I know maybe there's some other fans or Heat fans that are gonna throw their suggestions. Drop them in the comments. Let us know like who we might be missing out on, or if you guys think Zach LaVine is out of reach or just not a good option.
Or not even worth it.
But yeah, I've actually been a Zach LaVine fan for a minute now, like legit years. And it was after he won his first dunk contest when I saw how smooth his dunks were. Like, I already tied that in where I was like, okay, I'm gonna look this guy up and see like, does that smoothness transition into his ball game? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it did. And this was before he became the offensive powerhouse that he's kind of known for now. Like a couple years after that, he ended up having these back-to-back, like several consecutive games of like 30, 40 points where like people were like, oh, he started even matching like Jordan records. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
But I saw it like early on when you would watch his highlight clips, how he moves. Like it's like I've always we've talked about before. Like there's some things you can teach and there's some things you can't.
Of course.
And his game was so smooth. I'm like, that is a great starting point. I see this with Tyler Hero too. And guess what? When you got those natural skills and talent, if you put that hard work in, that's when you can turn that into just something beautiful.
That not only is he buying the eye test, man, but his stats don't lie.
Exactly. And then up to this year, all right, at 25, a 6'5" shooting guard on a shitty team. I'm sorry, Bulls
Dumpster
fans.
fire. Come on, say it right, man. Dumpster fire. They're a dumpster fire. And hey, all you Bulls fans, you know, killing Andrade on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, shut the
put
fuck
that
up,
cap
man.
Up here. Man.
Shut the fuck up, man. I'm like, who the hell you guys think you are, man? You guys have not been relevant since MJ has left. Oh, yeah, 2 years before Derrick Rose tore up his ACL.
Yo,
and then you guys become a dumpster fire again.
No, facts. And like I just saw it as a perfect opportunity. It was a half joke but half serious. I mean, that's why we came up with this topic. And as you guys can see, I was just like, Zach responded to Wade. I thought it was a perfect opportunity to just switch some words around and say what Zach said, but saying like, let's get this man to South Beach.
Yes, sir.
And you guys can see all these fucking fools fucking trying me. And guess what? We'll get the last laugh when Zach LaVine decides to join the Miami Heat after he watches this video.
Yeah, for real, that'll be nice.
But as of this recording, he's played 19 games so far this season. And in those 19 games, he's averaging 26.6 points, 5.3 rebounds, 5.1 assists on 51% field goal percentage.
Efficient.
41.9, basically 42% from the three-point range.
Super efficient.
88% free throws. So a lot of times, you know, they might have good percentages, but they suck at free throws. Nah, this man's got it at the free throw line. And overall, he's got a 61%, 60.8. I'm averaging it up. 61% true field goal percentage. Man. This man is on point. He's a fucking walking offensive powerhouse. What he needs to do is improve his defense. But like I said, that's why he actually is a good fit for the Heat organization, because guess what? We are known for having a great development program for a bunch of players.
First class organization.
Exactly. That's how fucking a lot of D-League stars we get, or not a lot, but a couple, you know, come out of the shine. Kendrick Nunn. Look what we did with Duncan Robinson.
Max Strus.
Look what we were able with Look what we were able to do with Tyler Hero from rookie year to what he was able to do after that. And yeah, I think what we can get from this guy to now, and also ties in with the age. He's 25, so he's still young enough where he can still develop his game and add new things to it.
He goes more in the timeline with Hero, with Bam, and at the same time.
Exactly, because I think he's at 25 too. He's at the right age where
he's been in the league for a minute already.
Exactly, he's got the experience, and then he can. 25. Guess what? You're old enough to like he'll be able to understand Butler, Goran, a lot of the older players, and then he can still understand like Hero out about all the younger players, and he's just like in the middle of that. And on top of that, he still hasn't entered his prime. Most players don't enter their prime until like 26, 27. So the Heat, if they can get him now and then extend him, obviously, boom, like couple years into that, right into his middle of his peak, or actually the starting to the middle of his peak. It'd be perfect.
Not only that, man, they'll be able to fit a need, man. Because as of last year in the playoffs, look, Jimmy, while he showed in the finals and in the playoffs, he could turn it on when you need to. Yeah. Naturally, Jimmy is a facilitator. And we also saw, look, tying it back to the age, Jimmy is already 30, 31. Like, you saw how exhausted he was. Like, the reason Dwayne Wade was able to do that 06 finals performance, like, yes, he was super young, and it was extraordinary that someone so young was able to do it. But it was because he was super young that he had the energy where he was able to play these games back to back to back to back and have these incredible offensive nights. Like Butler, in my opinion, if he wasn't in his 30s and he was in that same position but in like his mid 20s, I think he wouldn't have been as exhausted after one of those crazy offensive nights. You know what I mean? But real. Like you said, LaVine helps alleviate that. LaVine will be able to take the scoring, load off the Heat, and obviously, Jimmy doing his thing, bro. He'll be able to set him up nicely.
Yeah, and then Bam he can switch off nights, and Bam's been improving his offensive power game. So it's just a nice not trade off, like a nice balance. You know what I mean?
So, hey, speaking of a trade, what would you think would be a realistic trade to be able to get like Zach LaVine? Who would you give up? Like, and
we're gonna keep Tyler Hero in my trade because
that's what I like about this as well. I was tying in.
He's a shooting guard. LaVine's a shooting guard. Hero's a shooting guard. The age difference is good enough. 25. I think Tyler's 21 now. So I think LaVine having 7 years under his belt is a great mentor for Hero. And then, guys, I'm high on Hero too, but we gotta let the baby goat develop. That's why I'm not gonna criticize him for this season.
However, if a superstar becomes available, I'm trading him real quick.
I know he's ready to trade him. I would still like to hold off on Hero, but in my trade, all right. Another thing that's great about LaVine right now, if we're gonna go for him, it's he's only getting paid 19 point something million.
That's peanuts for the type of star that he is.
Exactly. When we're talking about NBA stars, especially offensive stars, it could work. All right, look. When I did the trade machine, it could actually work.
It's not gonna be Iggy for LaVine. You gotta be like,
I would throw in some picks and stuff.
We barely have any picks.
Financially speaking, it works.
Technically, it could work.
And yeah, so if that can happen, I'm totally cool. That's me, speaking, trying to manifest or just thinking like highest of the miracles.
This man thinking,
and I'm okay with losing Iggy, even though I do really like Iggy for us for postseason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On top of that. And guess what? Iggy will make a great mentor for a lot of Chicago Bulls players because,
Fuck out of here. Come on, man. Get to what you're going to say.
And then another trade that could happen is Kelly Olynyk, which I'm okay with trading off. But I'm a little iffy because if we lose him as a power forward, who else do we got?
It's fine, man. We'll sign somebody in the free agent that's better, less of a headache than him.
And as of this recording, we did hear that we're going to lose Myers Leonard.
The hammer.
So we won't be able to fit him as a power forward or center for the remaining time. And it'd be Olynyk, Nunn, which as high as I am on Nunn, because high, I mean, like, I think Kendrick Nunn can be a phenomenal role player, bench player in the NBA. Yeah, like he could be a Lou Williams, great six man, but I'm okay with losing him if it means us getting a star. And then we would have to let go of Duncan Robinson.
We have to.
I don't want to lose Duncan Robinson. I think he's a phenomenal role player. He's literally the next JJ Redick of the league. So
I think it's better.
I like to keep him.
I think it's fairly easy, man. Look, you're gonna give up Duncan Robinson. You're gonna give up Kelly Olynyk to make the salaries match. Kendrick Nunn, and I'm also gonna throw in as well KC Akpala, and I'll throw a first round pick. Okay. I think that's
Akpala works because he has been getting his trade value stock up because he's been showing out this season.
Or Chris Silva. I think that's a realistic trade where the Heat are not gutting the roster. You still keep most of your young players, but at the same time, you're giving value to the Bulls and Duncan Robinson. Kendrick Nunn has some potential as well.
Over the summer, who are we gonna get? Like Giannis is already off the market, and there's not a lot of big whales anymore over the next summer and next 2 summers. So it's just like it just makes sense to just go for now.
The last point I want to say as well is that look, Duncan Robinson, he's gonna become a free agent this year. The way how he's been performing, he's in line to get paid nicely, 15 to 20 mil. I don't know about you, man. I'd rather have Zach LaVine for 19 mil than Duncan Robinson, because while Duncan Robinson is one of the smoothest shooters in the league, he can't play a lick of defense. He's gotten better.
He can play decent. His PR showed in the postseason, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, I'd rather have Zach LaVine, but
no, I'd rather have Zach LaVine too. But we'll see. I still think we'll see where this video goes. Zach LaVine to the Heat makes too much sense in both our opinions, right?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah, man. We'll go.
Don't be surprised if it happens. Yo, Zach, if you're watching this, bro, we already gave you all the positives. Just do it.
And you know
guess what? You get, this goes without saying. Why? It's location. Miami, Florida, bro. Boom. Leaving Chi-Town. Come on. Ask Wade. Wade will tell you.
Of course, man. And you know what? If you're missing pizza, bro, just go to his spot in Las Olas called Luigi's. You won't miss Chicago that much. But anyways, man. Hey, we appreciate all the love and the hate. You guys already know. You can catch us on Twitter, TikTok, Insta, Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball.
And let us know what other player you guys would rather trade star-wise, if you're a Heat fan or not, or if you think Zach is actually not a good fit for the Heat and why. Because I'm actually curious to see what other Heat fans or just fans in general would think.
Who knows? We might make a series about it. But we'll catch you guys soon. But for now,
Take care.